Welcome to INOX Access Control in a Box. Your all-in-one security solution includes keypads, mobile app, readers for versatile access, simple, reliable, and ready to secure your business.
Alrighty, so we are going to be taking a look at the INOX installation here, and this is their Access Control in a Box package. This is set up on a demo unit where we can have access to the wires like we would inside of a frame. It's going to have the electronic strike right here, and then it's going to have the keypad and the reader that communicates with the system, or basically the brain here. And then we'll also show how a RFID tag can work with this, and how your passcode and how everything else can work with it. In the kit, you're going to get this keypad, just like we see right here. And you're also going to get the electronic strike, just like you see right here. And this has a sensor in it so that it actually senses when the latch is actually trapped in here, so that it will tell the door that it's actually closed, actually locked, and there's actually something pressing this inside to confirm that we have a physical shut on the door here. Okay, now this can go in many different applications. This is really going to be mostly for a cylindrical lever set, a lever lock, a knob, anything like that. You're also going to have our power supply cable right here. Okay, so we've got that power supply cable just like this. This is actually just any regular conventional outlet is going to work with this. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in, and then also it's going to come with this wiring bundle here, and everything is designed to be plug and play. So you literally just plug it in together and play. Now you need to check with your own city and state and federal licensing requirements for low voltage access control installation. There's a lot of licensing regulation behind a lot of different states. However, this is designed, and according to the manufacturer, because it's plug and play, and because this literally you're just simply making connections is what we're doing here. We're just simply making a few connections that you're not stripping wire and you're not connecting wire, that technically according to the company, you may not need a low voltage license in your state to install this. But I always refer to you checking with your local governance and make sure that that is actually the fact in your location. Better to be safe than sorry. So I'm going to plug this into a conventional outlet, and then we're going to have these three plugs right here. You can see these three plugs very plainly, very clearly. We're just going to plug this right in, and they give us plenty of cord here. They give us tons of room. You can see we've got quite a bit here to work with. So this can run to your door position sensor. This can run to your request to exit or your REX, and it can power the device and power the strike as well. So what you would do is you would have your cutout for your strike, and then you would cut your strike in to your frame like it would be here. Okay, so we go ahead and take a look at that. Once that's cut in, you would then mount the reader on the outside. You could either, if you want to run wire through the door, you can run wire through the door, or more conventionally, it'd be mounted on the frame side. Luckily, we've got this cutaway sample here to where we can just pull these wires. We can just kind of fish these wires right out here. And all I'm looking for in the most basic sense of this is going to be my two power terminals here. Okay, so I've just got power and I've got power, and again, it's click, plug, and play. Now we do have many other options: DPS, door position sensor, REX, request to exit, right? We've got quite a few different options that we could use and utilize, and they set this up so that you can use a lot of those different options. But in this particular case, all we're really concerned about is power and power. So I'm going to tuck the rest of this stuff back up in here. And if we were installing this out in the field, this would kind of be tucked into the frame, but you'd be able to reach through the strike area and plug these in. So I'm just going to go ahead and run these right through this bottom portion right here. I'm going to run this one through that bottom portion as well. And then we're going to bring the system to life. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. Beep. There is our reader that'll be on. Okay, so now we've plugged that in. I'm going to seal this up, and hey, now all this is stuffed back in the frame. Okay, so just a couple connectors. Now my keypad is lit up. The strike is currently locked. Okay, so we're in the locked position. And then we've already programmed in, you want to wake the keypad up. Notice I touch it and it wakes up, it turns blue. Not programmed in there yet. There it goes. Okay, so that is our command and that is our code to go ahead and open. You notice that we get a green light there. And again, we're just gonna, you have to make sure the keypad is awake. So if you come up to it and you touch it and it's dark, and then it lights up, that doesn't count as your first number. It has to be awake and lit up before. So like right now it's asleep, so I can touch it with my hand and that's gonna wake it up. Once we wake it up, 5625 pound, green light, okay? And now we have the strike that is allowed to open, and it'll stay open until we close it, and then it will be closed again, okay? So I've got a couple other ways of working with this as well, and this is designed to actually work with an alarm or a door chime. So there's actually a connection in here to where if you have a doorbell in the building, somebody can come up to the building, they can push this and it will ring your doorbell, much like a doorbell camera type system. And then it will notify you that somebody is there, and then you can choose whether or not to beep them in or not. We can also add a RFID tag here. Notice, see, we got our green light and it's working just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and let it go black, or let it go red, and then let it go green again, okay? And then that is going to, again, allow us entry via RFID tag. So that is a convenient way to open, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and turn that out.
Okay, so we're gonna open the INOX app. You're gonna need to build out your app and fill out your login information. We already have a property set up, but I'm going to show you how to add a property or add a lock or add a unit. So you're going to do add property, click the plus sign, then you're going to name the property, give the property a fictitious name for this particular demo setup here, and we'll just call this one La Fontana, and then we'll go ahead and put the street address. Again, we'll just make up an address to get this thing started. And if you're at the actual location, you could use GPS, or you could use the physical address that you're doing. But being says we're just filling this out as a test unit, we're just going to put in some fictitious information. Then we're going to go ahead and label this as United States. So we've got United States of America. Go ahead and select that, and then you'll select your state. And we happen to be in Colorado. And then you can select your town, city, or county. If that's not listed, if your town isn't listed or your city isn't listed, then just click the biggest city that's next to you that is listed. Then you can go into time zone. We're going to be in Mountain Time, Mountain Standard Time, US Mountain. So we'll select that. We've got Building 1. Manager is myself, Wayne Winton. And then it'll ask you for a photo. It'll say you can select a photo or you can take a photo. So there's one photo being taken, or you can select a photo from their stock photos. I'll show you what it looks like to take a photo from the stock photos, and we can use that as the building. So now we've got our La Fontana 1223, and we've got main building unit 1. This is designed to integrate into many doors or one door as is. So I'm going to click the plus sign. As we click the plus sign, that's going to pair the unit with the app. So we're going to call this name of unit. You can say entry unit or office door. We're going to change that over to office door so that we can identify this, because this is normally going to be set up on an office door. Then we've got a tag. You can call it unit 241 or attorney's office or the person's name or whatever you want to put there, but we're just going to use office door and office door for our fictitious demonstration here. Then we're going to go ahead and not touch public area. That would be a separate setting with main building unit 1, and then the owner is me, Wayne, and then we'll use a picture of the door, the preloaded picture of the door. Now you can see a picture of the door and it says office door. Now office door, is then going to be there so we can pair the device. You click the plus sign and then it will come up as devices and it will add the lock. So again, there's that plus sign in the lower right hand corner. You'll go ahead and just click that, and when you click that, it will then come back up and it will say to devices. You'll have the devices option there, and then when you have the devices option, it will automatically locate the unit itself. Make sure your Bluetooth is on. We're going to have auto detect, so you can add from a list or auto detect. We're going to select auto detect for this particular unit, and make sure your access location, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth are enabled, and to connect to nearby devices. There's the device, and we can connect to that B300, that ISK-B300, confirm, and now you will hear a distinct beep from the unit as you connect to it. You'll get a congratulations, you have now selected this lock and connected to the lock, and when it is red and the padlock is locked, it will be locked, and when you tap the button and it turns green and the padlock is unlocked, then the strike is unlocked. So you can control it fully from the app from this position here, and you can control everything from there. Now, at this point, this is where the installer would do all of this on their phone to connect the lock, make sure that everything's working correctly, test the unit, make sure it's unlocking, make sure all of the mechanical parts are working, and make sure everything is working for the client. At this point, after the technician has verified everything is working, they can then transfer this unit over to the owner. So the owner would then download the INOX app, the INOX Smart App, and then they would fill out their information, their profile, and then there's a transfer option to transfer ownership from the technician to the actual owner of the building.
All right, so we can pull up the INOX app. It's going to need security to be opened, and then we have a test code already programmed in there, and you can program your RFID cards. It's currently in the locked position, okay? And then we tap that and we get a green light and we get an open on this side. At this point in time, we can come in, we can add RFID tags, we can add different ones here, and then you can add wristbands or whatever you want, and then you can add a passcode. You can have auto-generated 6 to 8 digits, or you can have your own added here. Just like that. And then again, with the app, you can either do it here, or you can add it right through the keypad itself. So then we can do our code, wake the keypad up, and beautiful, thing of beauty.
I hope you have enjoyed this overview of the INOX Access Control in a Box overview and how this can add smart access control to your building and meet your access control needs. Check out inoxsmart.com.